Should Manchester hand it over? I've got George Tradd, I've got Phil Blundell, I've got an idea. I think I want it on a barge down the ship canal.
That's a good idea.
I think I want it carried by some sort of combination of Mancunian legends like Curly Watts and Alex Ferguson. I think I want the two of them together as it comes down the barge and the balloons up the top with a 2 and a 0. Curly holding it and Alex looking at those balloons. Maybe somewhere on someone's shoulder there's a parrot, and that parrot has a perch. A perch. And that perch comes back down the canal as well with the trophy, with Curly, with Alex, and they come all the way down the canal, and we get to meet them there, and we get to meet that trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your post-match pint after Crystal Palace have gone to Arsenal and drawn 2-2, after James Tarkowski's last-minute equaliser for Everton means that Liverpool get the opportunity to go to Anfield and have 1 point, mean that they will be champions for the 20th time. After we get one step closer, the smallest step left to being indisputably the most successful side in English football history. After the entirety of England acknowledges and knows it should carry the city of Liverpool on its shoulders. Ladies and gentlemen, Phil Blundell, it does not get bigger than this. We are nearly there. The promised land is ours, and this city is the city that owns football in this country.
It is, and we're the team that owns the city. It's all right, isn't it? I think that was my perfect outcome tonight. I was a bit weird in the build of this, and I was reading people go, "Come on, Arsenal," and I was like, "That's really weird, because you just want to win the league." And then I was reading people go, "Come on, Palace," and I was a bit like, "Well, you just want to win the league." So I had no real idea what I wanted, and I missed the first goal because I was looking at my pint and I didn't realise we'd even started. I was basically my pint was literally, I got here bang on kick-off.
Yeah, you were there,
and I had exactly that much.
I hadn't even had a sip, Phil.
No.
I hadn't had a sip.
And I saw it, you saw it, it's really bad defence, and you're like, all right, well, that's probably that then. I was thinking, do we really need to do the show if it's 4-0? Can I go and watch Race Across the World? These were the questions I was thinking at 8:05.
I understand them, and I would have obliged you to do the show, but go on anyway.
I know you would have done. And then they get that one back, and it's a fantastic Ulf Meze, and all of us, it goes in, and I was a bit like, okay, this will do for me. And then they go 2-1 up, which I still haven't seen, actually. I was at the bar when they scored that. And you're like, oh, okay, it's a bit annoying. I almost feel like that when the match kicked off, there were no bad goals.
Yeah.
Like, there were no bad goals whatsoever. And I think in the context, the best goal was a goal that made it 2-2 with 10 minutes to go.
I shrieked.
Where you sort of knew there was a slight chance of you winning the league there and then. But you didn't have 20 minutes to hunt the goal down and angrily won it, whilst just sort of going, do we really want this? I don't know what I want.
I shrieked, and you know what? I realised at the moment that ball at the back of the net, I wanted to win it tonight.
I did too, and I felt like there was a dynamic shift throughout the night where we sort of came in here like, okay, no one really knew what they wanted. We might have wanted Arsenal to win. Then we sort of, there was an equaliser, then Arsenal went ahead again, and we were like, okay, we're all right with it. We know what we have to do on Sunday. We have to get 3 points. And then, it means no worries for the rest of your days. It's our problem-free philosophy. Jean-Philippe Mateta, right? So that and it was a gorgeous goal, right? I wasn't going to sing it. I'm not going to sing it, but it gave us a lovely moment.
It was better because you didn't realise it was coming until it was too late. To be honest,
listen, this is my finest work. But we get to the point where 5 minutes ago we think, why don't we just want Palace to win the league? We just fucking win the league and be out forever. But then we pull it back a little bit. We accept the 2-2 draw. We've got a big Sunday coming up, Neil.
You're sorry, just by the way, we've got a Wednesday out forever. Honestly, when he scored and I shrieked and I sat back down and I genuinely thought to myself, oh my God, I might never go home.
Oh, 100%.
I may 100%. Never go home.
Did you hear Chris when the second went in, by the way? He just sat there and went, I'm really tired,
There was lots of that, wasn't there? We were just like having conversations around, what are we going to do if Palace score again here? Are we just out? Are we out? I've got a board meeting at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, but it's going to be fine.
I'm at the dentist. I'm about the fucking dentist. And by the way, you do not. We've got viewers from all over the world. You do not take the risk of missing a dental appointment in this
not
country.
in the UK.
You'll never get
I've been
another
moved
one
off
ever again.
recently.
Even with
self-pre-anesthetist.
I can't even say it. There we go.
I just thought I'm gonna rock up into the
with
dentist. I'm gonna walk into the dentist. And honestly, when he went 2-2, I thought if this goes 3-2, I'm gonna go into the dentist straight from me night out. Straight from me night out.
So yeah, it feels like the biggest day of our lives on Sunday. It feels like everyone we know, all of our mates, we've got supporters all over the world, and it seems like everyone's been trying to get flights, everyone's trying to get beds, everyone's trying to get couches. Our mates, I've been contacted about 400 times in the last week. People just saying, "Can I get
same fella 400 times? Was it? You haven't got that many mates."
No, I haven't. Where can you put me? I've just got no room. We've got
reasonably priced rooms at the Dixie Dean Hotel.
That are reasonably. This is genuinely true, by the way.
Yeah.
The Dixie Dean is £92 with breakfast, free cancellation if you change your mind.
Breakfast included, 92 quid, the Dixie Dean Hotel.
You put your passport. Put your passport in the safe, and when you open it, it goes, "Where's the Arteta money?"
Just one of them. Just letting you know. Bear it in mind.
Hands across the city.
Yeah, hands
across the city.
When am I not about that?
This has got to be a city event. This has got to be an event that the whole city can unite in, and if they can go, lad, the Dixie Dean was full last night. They've had a great Sunday.
Yeah, worth bearing in mind. Genuinely worth bearing in mind. Where we find ourselves, it is glorious. I want to talk about the manager. I want to do a serious bit of football, just a little bit.
Go on.
Because Eze is great and he's capable of that. Mateta's great and he's capable of that.
Mateta got man of the match. He was on for 15.
He had one shot.
That's because Alan Smith lost his fucking mind. But there is Declan Rice deserved it more for his haircut. There is a wider thing here though, where what our manager's been brilliant at all year is saying, of any opponent, they're really good. Sure. The standard in this league is up there.
Yep.
To beat anyone, you've got to be up there. Home or away, you've got to be up there. That's where they are. That's where you've got to be. But then he's laid the gauntlet down to our players and says, no, not just there. You've got to be there. And for me, the manager deserves so much credit. Let's talk about him, because he's been so clear-eyed in terms of what the challenge is. And then he's gone and helped his players, given them all the information they need, all the training they need, all the coaching they need to deliver over and over and over again. And the reason why Arsenal aren't where we are isn't because they've lost games. Sure. It's because they haven't won them.
And it's because we've been relentless. And it's because the managers come in and set the standard. And without a proper pre-season, really, without a full squad, without imposing his own transfer will upon this squad, he's come in and worked with what he's got. And he set the standard so high and said, this is the minimum I expect from you. This is the standard that we've got in the Premier League. And everyone disparages, everyone says it's a weak league. It's absolute nonsense. And I think there's a wider...
It's such a strong league. These are great. These have got great players.
These are perennially 12. And they're a really good side.
Munoz, really good player.
Of course.
Mateta, really good player. Eze, really good player. Sarr, really good. You can go on and on. Really good players.
And there's a wider point around expecting compliments from desert-dwelling fucking lycanthropes who go into these with bad will. Exiled desert-dwelling lycanthropes, by the way, who go into this with bad will, who understand for clicks or whatever they want to do, that they don't want to give Liverpool any credit for anything they do. But we understand that this manager deserves the highest praise. He's going to come in as the first Dutch manager to win the Premier League, the first fucking manager from our perspective to come in and win the Premier League in his first season. He expects, what did he say? Happiness is results minus expectation. Did any of us expect to win the fucking Premier League this year?
Nope.
So tell me how happy you're going to be on Sunday.
100%.
Because we're going to be absolutely elated, and we should be. We should be feeling it, and it's all down to Arne Slot.
As John pointed out the other day, he's got the opportunity to do something the Liverpool team's never done before. Which I think is the amount of things this football club's done. And in his first season, he's got his two goals in two away games, a goal in each away game from doing something no team has ever done. That's a fucking almost a madder achievement than winning the league, really.
Yeah.
When you actually write down a list of things this football club hasn't done. Like, it's pretty much the only thing left to do is probably go a season unbeaten.
Yep.
It's all like the treble,
and also that's what
trebles and whatever.
But our current opponents today, for instance, Arsenal, they've got a season unbeaten, and by the way, genuinely, I think they're going to be a real threat next season.
I agree with you.
I've got no time for cheap shots at them. I've also got no time for taking the worst of their voices on the internet, amplifying them, and then mocking them. Like, that's not...
You say that, but it's quite fun.
Oh, it's fun. I'm all right with it being fun. What I mean is more, let's just not give it seriousness or credence.
No.
There's loads and loads of sensible Arsenal voices.
I know. I lived in London for 9-10 years, so I know enough.
The same voices are quiet.
No, they're not quiet. They're just not amplified. That's the hard part. They're not amplified because we want to laugh, and I'm all right.
They're probably the most online football club, and they're loud online, and they've got a real online community that's their only access to the football club. Like, I don't think any other football club has that.
Not quite in the same way. I take your general point, I don't disagree with, but what I would worry about for them, off the back of tonight, watching them tonight, is I think they were better tonight than I've seen them at times this season, but they still just lack a little bit of genuine thrust right the way through that side if you take Declan Rice out. Rice is all the thrust. He's a massive part of it.
And he's fantastic. What a fucking player.
Both of them are fantastic. They just need a little more to hook themselves around, I think. And and they might get that in the summer, and they might coach that through. I think they're excellent. I think that they can push us all the way next season.
But I'll tell you what, if they were our only major challenges next season, you'd fancy us again for the title. And that's 100%. How it is. That's how it is.
And to be honest,
So it's all very nice giving them compliments and doing all this, but if they were our only major challenges, I want Liverpool to win the league back to back, and I'd expect
by the way. I find it really hard to hear it's not the case. I think this World Cup is going to ruin Manchester City's season because they've got no pre-season to fix their, I'd say, sizable issues.
They might just use that tournament to try.
Maybe, but even
but
still,
they're
not getting players in by then. They're not having a rest. They're not doing all the things that they'll need to do. I mean, what are they going to look like next March, Manchester City? Like, this is the thing. I think there's 3 teams who can win the European Cup next year. And I think the 3 teams who can win the European Cup next year are Arsenal, Liverpool and Barcelona. Because come mid-May, they'll still be standing, and everybody else will be blowing on fumes or not good enough anyway.
This is good, by the way, and it's an indication of how privileged a position that we're in, and how bizarre a position that we're in, based on the delivery of Arne Slot this season, that we're already planning our next Premier League title. That's the position that we're in at the moment, and we're thinking, okay, this one's wrapped up. We've got a point to win in the next 5 games, which is going to happen. It'll be, it's not even on the table. So what we're doing now is we're already looking at how we're going to win it again. That's exciting.
Tell me about your Sunday.
Oh my God, it's going to be the biggest game of mates I think we've ever had. And Virgil said he wants us to wear red, and he said he wants the stadium to be red. So I've got a lovely vintage Adidas 1990 Liverpool shirt that I'm going to be wearing on Sunday, which is going to be good. I'll dye my hair red. I'm going to bring me closest ginger mate. I'm going to go on the sunbeds for 45 minutes, so I look like fucking Alan Brazil after a week in Benidorm. I'm going to rub tomatoes in my eyes, and I'm going to turn up, and I'll be red for Virgil. That's what I'm going to do. Ketchup, Heinz 57 on my head. That's me on Sunday. What are you doing there? How does yours look? I'm going to be a saucy boy. That's what I'm going to be.
I'd lick a saucy boy at any time, day or night. I am. I've got a red T-shirt. I've got an order that I've got to pick up tomorrow. I was meant to pick it up today. I just realised. So I'm going to pick that up tomorrow. So I'm going to have that under the shirt. Lovely. But I'm going to take the shirt off whilst the game's on. It's 19 degrees currently in the forecast.
Excellent.
So I'm going to back that.
Check the weather.
I've got to have a proper shirt on because if they're going to win the fucking league, I want to be dressed.
I've got a bit of class. I've got a bit of class.
I've got a pair of red shoes that I'm going to wear.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to come in and do Sunday best at 10 a.m. with this man.
Yeah, lovely.
In the studio. Then from there, I may go somewhere to do some 5 Live bits.
Okay.
Around 12 o'clock.
Can you do none of that sober?
Sorry?
Can you do none of that sober?
My plan is to do none of that sober.
Yeah, I want you on CNN at midnight.
I'm on CNN at 10.
Good. That's what I want.
Yeah, I've already sorted it with them.
Excellent.
So
can you not do it in the studio?
Sorry?
Do it on the steps of the bombed out church, please.
Oh, I might see what I can sort that out with a thing. I would love to do it on the steps of the bombed out church.
Get Chris McIntosh to do it live. Oh my God, there you go. It sounds wonderful already. We're already planning this. This is unbelievable.
So I've got that at 10 o'clock.
We're back in time for 10. Do you think we're back in time for 10 legitimately?
No,
I've got so many fucking questions about Sunday. How long are we in the ground for full time? Genuinely, I've no idea.
We're in the ground till Wednesday, I think.
If you told me I'm in there for 20 minutes and then I'm outside, I'll go, well, I can see how that happens. If you told me I'm in there for 2 hours with my undies on my head, I can see how that happens as well.
Yeah.
No, I'm
not your undies, Phil.
They're going
to be red. They've got to be red.
I need to buy some.
Virgil van Dijk could kick shit out of you if you don't.
Got a pair of red trainers. I reckon I can possibly pull them off, but I don't know if they work with there. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, you can maybe hang them around your neck at one point.
Yeah.
If Virgil puts some pressure on you.
Got a red T-shirt. So
I'm all in for I'm all in for how enjoyable it's going to be. As I say, I'm going to be shooting around the place. I've got loads of bits and pieces. I've booked myself an apartment in town for the Sunday night. Genuinely, because I've got a big Monday ahead as well.
That's the presidential suite of the Dixie Dean Hotel. If anyone wants to go and visit Neil,
he's in the presidential suite.
That bit isn't true, but the 90 quid thing is. And then from there, no, genuinely can't wait to be in the Glenbook. I agree with Phil. I've got no idea how long we're in the ground for afterwards. I think I'm there till. I always remember with the League Cup final in 2022. It felt a bit like...
Go on, lads, fuck off.
It felt a bit like the equivalent of the staff putting the chairs on the tables and almost having to say to Virgil, you've got to go. And Virgil was like, well, have I really got to go? I don't know if you know I'm Virgil van Dijk. I'll stay. So I wondered if
Van Dijk will just say to Stuart, it's all right, gives the keys, I'll sort it.
Yeah, I'll box it off. He'd go around and he would as well. He'd do every exit, check it all out, make sure it was all straight.
He'd delegate it as well. That's the thing about his leadership and captaincy. He'd have lads who aren't even in the 20-man squad.
Yeah.
Like, Chiesa's not in the squad, and Chiesa's probably like, lad, gives the keys, I'll sort block 202.
And also he'll do that job with such pride.
Yeah, he'd be the most enthusiastic man that's ever locked the door in Anfield.
I think there's a wider point as well around work on Monday. No one should be going to work on Monday.
I did this on bedding in yesterday. It's gone out today. I basically called everybody.
I've now took it off.
You took it off?
To put it back on tomorrow.
Right, okay, good. I saw it on me, because I knew it was going out tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then I saw it, and I was like, sounds okay,
we're not playing the playing game
right,
here, Phil, it's one of them.
But if you are going to work on Monday, I assume you just have to book yourself into your local constabulary, local police station, for duty. They'll give you something to do. They'll give you a little badge.
Community service officer now.
So yeah, that's it's going to be magnificent, and I can't wait. And I can't wait for the Glenbook, and I can't wait for the feeling, I can't wait for a million hugs, and I can't wait for the sun to be shining and Liverpool to be champions of England.
We're in St. Peter's right now. St. Peter's is in what I would call a massive circle, well, not a massive circle, a quarter of a mile distance of all of the best pubs you'll ever find in the world. Whatever night out you want, you can get it within a quarter of a mile of where I sit right now. My one on Sunday, I don't know, it's just one man's view. It may well end up in motel. We'll see how we go. It is going to be special for all of us, and whatever you're doing, wherever you are in the world, whatever your plan is, you've got to enjoy every last minute of this, every last second of this. Not because it'll never happen again, because Phil Blundell's just sat here arguing it's going to happen again next season. It may well happen again next season, but the idea of not the first title you've had in the last few years.
Can I make a point around that? So in 1990, my dad was 35, which is 7 years younger than I am now. And I guarantee you, when he was in Anfield, he's 70 now, so he didn't think that this was going to be the last time he was going to see Liverpool win the league in person. So fucking drink it in, hug everyone you love, and have the best time you can possibly have. And don't let anyone tell you that this is below expectation or anything else, because it's going to be the greatest night of our lives.
What if we just walk around telling random strangers that the league's not very good?
That's good. I'm into it.
See what the whole summer. Just that when they walk up to you, go, oh, wasn't it great? I go, yeah, but the league's not very good. Doesn't really count, does it? Fuck off. It's absolute fucking nonsense. Who cares how good the league is anyway?
Who came second to us in 1990?
Fuck knows QPR, I don't know.
I don't fucking know either. Who
gives a shit?
Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit what the league was like in 1990?
Who came second last year?
Arsenal.
Okay. Does it matter?
Sorry, Phil. That one felt easy.
No. But my point is, it doesn't matter. The point is, it doesn't matter. It wasn't like who came. I wasn't like I knew you'd know because it went to the last day. It was very obvious. It was more that it doesn't fucking matter.
Who came second in 97?
97. Newcastle.
Could be right.
Because we were.
I don't know.
This has taken a turn that I didn't expect it to take, by the way.
That was the season it was us versus Manchester United. We managed to come fourth.
Yeah. All right, Phil, come on.
Came fourth in the 2-horse race, didn't
Phil,
we?
we've all had a post-match pint.
Right, fucking hell. You asked a question and I tried to answer it. And I've been called a prick. Fucking hell.
Hard work. It's hard work.
We turn it in.
See you Sunday.
We're all doing the best we can. See you Sunday for a massive hug. For all the love in the world. For all the love in the world on Sunday. Whatever you're doing on Sunday, enjoy every last moment of it, every last second. This team will go on and it will win more than one league title in the next 5 years. I'm utterly convinced of it. But that first one, where we're all together, that first one where we all get to share it, whatever you do, any way you share it, plan your Sunday now, get your clobber worked out. I'm getting my hair cut on Friday. I'm not fucking about here. I'm getting my hair cut on Friday. I'll see you on Sunday. George Trad, Phil Blundell, Jordan Singleton behind the camera. All the very, very best. One more. And then Curly Watts and Alex Ferguson hand it over.
Come on! That was great fun.
All right, Phil's just had a look. And the Dixie prices have gone through the fucking roof.
It's a disgrace, honestly.
What a postscript.
Those robbing bastard, they're trying to defrauding the city.
Hey, he was hands across Stanley Park, wasn't he, a minute ago?
Now I want to brick it up
Hands
like the
across
tunnel.
Stanley Park. We apologise for the fake news. That was post-match pint. It's one of them, innit?